Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is AntBee. If you are a returning viewer, then welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Let me just take a moment to just give a quick little thank you to everyone that helped me reach 1,000 subs. This is my first time in front of the camera since surpassing that milestone, and I just want to give a huge thank you to you guys for, rocking with the content, for subbing up and sticking around for the long haul. I appreciate you, and we're going to keep the party going. Now, with all the pleasantries out the way, let's get down to business.
It's go time.
Today, we're going to be talking about Captain America in a New World Order. Wait. Captain America, Brave New World. All right. Now, let me just say this in case some people may not have picked up on it. I am a black man, chock full of melanin. Chocolate, you know what I mean? Chocolate! And in addition to being a black man, I'm also a Captain America fan. Like for real. I am a Captain America fan. Like little encyclopedias of him. Issue, I hate it, but still, like if it's about Captain America and it was a major event, I had it. So when I say I'm a Captain America fan and also a black man, I just want to try to give some type of credibility to what I'm about to say, if that makes sense. So when it comes to Falcon being Captain America, no one asked for that, Marvel.
He ain't lying.
And as a black man who's also a Steve Rogers Captain America fan, I'm gonna double down and say we did not want that at all. And a lot of people would say, well, it happened in the comics. Oh, so is accurate. MCU. No, the cinematic world and the comic world, yes, there should be some correlation between the two, but they're different. And even in the comic world, there have been plenty of blunders as far as storytelling. Plenty, too many to name. Right off the top of my head, let me just throw you one of the recent blunders that I was kind of like puzzled about because it made no sense. Thor, Thor Odin's son, that guy. Recently in the comics, it's been revealed that his mother, for whatever reason, is the Phoenix Force. Yes, Jean Grey's Phoenix Force is Thor's mother. Why? And this whole notion that since it happened in the comics, it's okay. No, it's not. First of all, a lot of these things should not be happening in the comics in the first place. I feel that when new writers get the opportunity to write these stories from these, compelling Marvel characters, they want to leave their imprint on the character in some way or some fashion. So they do something completely outlandish, like Shuri becoming Black Panther. Why? That's another thing. I hated that in the movies. And I'm also was in the minority. See, right now it's a popular opinion, but in real time, at that time in real time, I was in the minority that was adamantly against them choosing not to recast T'Challa. That made no sense to me. If you want to honor Chadwick Boseman, honor the man. That has nothing to do with T'Challa. Or if you want to throw like a little tribute to him in the movie, that's fine, but recast T'Challa. T'Challa is bigger than Chadwick. T'Challa, especially being that as a black man in the black community, we have very limited superheroes. You don't take away our one because of the tragic demise of the actor that portrayed him. That's ridiculous. If I happen to be, the actor for T'Challa and I, passed away or whatever the case is, I wouldn't want to hold the character hostage to my legacy. No, I have my own version of Chadwick and no one can take that from me. Pass on the mantle. Give other kids who probably didn't get to see Chadwick Boseman, give them an opportunity to have their own Black Panther. Like, how many Spider-Mans have there been? How many Supermans have there been? It's okay, man, to pass the torch. So I thought that Marvel definitely dropped the ball with that. But this was a long-winded way of saying that just because Shuri was Black Panther in the comics doesn't mean it translate well to the cinematic universe. Now let's double back to Captain America. Captain America, if anybody was going to carry the mantle of Captain America, it should have been Bucky. Bucky, who was Steve Rogers' sidekick once upon a time. I know in the MCU they made it seem like they were peers, but no. Bucky was Steve Rogers' sidekick. He was his Robin. Batman had Robin, Captain America had Bucky. So I feel like if anyone's going to carry the mantle, it should be a protege, not another peer. That's weird. Sam Wilson is his own superhero. He's his own guy. Let's think about this in real life terms, right? As a grown man, let's say my friend and I, we're partners or something like that, and for whatever reason he decides to step down from his role, and he gonna say, hey, I know you're your own hero, but you're not good enough. Why don't you be me, or carry on my persona, like retire your hero, your persona, and take on mine. How insulting is that? How insulting is that? No, what grown man would want to do that? Like, no one is going to ride another grown man that hard, bro.
Hey, yo.
Pause. I feel like, yeah, like that's just unbecoming of a man. Now, I know it's kind of hard to believe, but they could have absolutely made the Falcon. They could have actually made Falcon a compelling character. Like they did it with Daredevil inside his Netflix series. The most notable, actually, they did it with Iron Man. A lot of Gen Z and Gen Alpha are probably not going to understand this, but once upon a time, Iron Man was not an A-list hero. He was not. Iron Man toys weren't flying off the shelf. Kids weren't lining up to be him for Halloween. It just wasn't it. I always view Iron Man as a toaster face. Like his old comics just look like a toaster to me. It was nothing compelling about him for me. Now, I'm not gonna say he didn't have fans, but he just wasn't A-lister. Like he wasn't. Iron Man was just some side character, but it took the right visionary to bring that character to life in the MCU. And now he's one of the top characters, not just in Marvel, but in comics in general. But like I said, it takes the right visionary. Like they did a fantastic job with Blade. Like Blade and Falcon was probably on the same level, but with the right visionary, you can make these characters come to life. And that's the point here. So if Marvel felt like, black people needed a hero, which we do, besides Black Panther, Falcon could have been that guy. Just make Falcon just more compelling. And it's simple. Now, when you have Sam Wilson try to become a Steve Rogers, you get scenes like this.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
And as a grown man, what can you say about that? You just have to take it. You just have to take it. And it's just a recipe for disaster. And I'm in the minority that believed, in real time, mind you, believe that Marvel died after Endgame. And when I say in real time, I mean in real time. My group of friends and I, we literally seen every Marvel movie together, like, during opening weekend. And I remember we left Endgame, and we went to the movie theater on 86th Street or 84th, 86th, one of them. And we stood outside the movie theater, stood in a little circle, and we started to discuss the movie. And for some reason, I was the only one that could see the writing on the wall. I said, this is the golden age of Marvel, and it's downhill from here. The rest of them, because Marvel has had a pretty impressive track record. So the rest of them, they didn't see that. They thought that, no, Marvel is going to continue being at this level and all that stuff. I said, are you kidding me? This is it. This was the crescendo. We waited, 12 years for this moment? About 12 years. Yeah, 12 years for this moment. And this was it. You cannot surpass that. And I knew it was going to be downhill. They lost, at that point, like two giant pillars, which was Tony Stark and Steve Rogers. And I just didn't see them doing well after that. And sure enough, to me personally, Marvel hasn't done well since. I didn't like No Way Home. I was in a minority with that as well, but I must admit that I am a little more critical when it comes to judging movies, but nevertheless, I didn't like No Way Home. But this is a long way to saying that Marvel just lost their direction. They don't know what to do. And Sam Wilson being the Captain America is not it. This is why they had multiple testings. This is why they had multiple reshoots. The screen testing has done horribly, reportedly. And yeah, know what's in store for this. Sam Wilson's adversary, who is supposed to be the Red Hulk, rumors are now circulating that he's only going to be in the movie for about 4 minutes or so, which is, you know, horrible on Marvel's part because it's false advertisement. Almost all of their posters and everything they're doing to promote this movie involves the Red Hulk, but it's misleading to get the ticket sales up when he's only going to be in a movie for a slither of time, and that's just bad. Anyway, there's so much more I can say about this, but I just want to keep this very short. I just had to get that out there, let my opinions and thoughts shine. So I thank you guys for tuning in to listening to my rant, and please, if you haven't done so already, then hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can know when the next video is going to be dropped. And as always, I appreciate your time. Take care of yourself. Be blessed. Peace.